You know, it couldn't have been a more perfect subject for this kind of day. It's beautiful.
What I do.
The sun is shining out here, but it is cold, brother.
And being the international correspondent for InWheelTime.
The international correspondent.
Figured we get something going for this. Applies to all over the world.
Yeah, you're hot, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
You
hot.
ready?
You're hot.
Okay, well, here we go, Michael. It's all you. Humans use hot chocolate, coffee, tea, whiskey, chicken noodle soup. I got a friend of mine with a blow-up doll named Larry in his
Did
trunk.
you bring any whiskey today?
No. What is an engine block heater? What does an engine block do? Types of engine blocks. An engine block heater is an electrical device designed to warm a part of the engine and or motor oil of the vehicle you're in. There are numerous types of engine block heaters. There are various methods to provide that heat to that engine. The purpose of an engine block heater is to heat the engine. By using the engine block heater in a cold climate, your car will start easier and use less energy. The engine block will receive its normal running temperature sooner than later. Okay, so we're going to get into the first one, and it's going to be a core frost freeze plug heater. This type of heater replaces an existing core plug, also commonly referred to as a freeze plug.
That looks like
or
one of those
frozen
things that you
plug.
put in the iced teacup.
Yeah, it could be the same principle. It directly heats the coolant with the engine using an element that sits in the coolant, and you can use your car's service manual to find the correct location for that plug. Next one we have is an engine warming blanket placed on top of the engine or attached to the underside of the hood.
I used that last night in
I know
bed.
you did. An engine warming blanket disperses the heat across the entire engine block. The next one we have, and this one's very popular, is an oil pan heater. This is more of a diaper-type situation.
Yeah.
Heater is essentially an
I'm getting closer and closer to that every day.
automotive-grade heating pad, Don, placed on the underside of an oil pan in different parts of the engine, typically attached with magnets or bolts, much like you do, to warm the pads and the oil and keep the oil inside nice and toasty. The next one we have is an actual dipstick heater. Now, my urologist has one of these. The heater replaces the dipstick with a long heating element that warms up the oil. That's what you guys are calling it now. Next one we have is an inline heater. It's circulating. Now, there's two types. There's a circulating and a non-circulating. With this device is actually both of them because it's the way you hook it up to the engine itself. An inline heater requires some work as they are spliced into the coolant hose. Circulating models use the existing pump to spread the heat and coolant through the system. On a non-circulating, it just splices into the coolant, and it only heats that area that is spliced into.
You got to have one of those.
You got to have one. The next one we have is a bolt-on external heater. A bolt-on external heater is attached
that would be the colonoscopy
directly
part,
to the engine block, Don, and it heats it from the outside in. So it's outside in.
Yeah, we know about
There you
outside
go.
in.
Do you need an engine block heater? Generally, if you live in a climate where you're regularly temperatures below 10 degrees Fahrenheit, it's not a bad idea to have one. If you live in those temperatures that are rarely doing that, probably not. When should I plug in an engine block heater? About 3 to 4 hours before you actually want to use the vehicle. Use a timer to set it up. You know, like you have a light timer in your home. Use the same thing for the timer there. Do modern cars still need to be warmed up? If you're trying to warm up the inside of your vehicle, yes. If you've got a fuel-injected car, the vehicle, you're trying to protect your engine, not necessarily going to work. It's because of the way that modern cars are designed. So as for engine block heaters, they're a good idea if you're in that type of climate. But one warning I have, unplug it before you drive.
Stretch that a little bit too
Martha?
tight.
A little bit longer.
Martha.
cord.
Martha.
Yeah.